Largest settlement ever. JUUL to pay out 6 different states. Are people setting their houses on fire? Why is China trying to make their own sun? Got fake ink? Police are chasing down a moose? And do you really know how deep the ocean is? On this week's Talking with Topher, episode 161. What is happening, TwT fans? It is so good to be back. So I want to say thank you. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing. Again, thank you so much. Go subscribe. If you're new, subscribe. Subscribe. All right? And if you got a story to tell, send it over to talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. It's the official email of the podcast. That's right. So go ahead and send your story. Send your email on over to the official email of the podcast, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. And then, of course, if you want to check out more episodes, social media, everything can be found in the link tree. That's right. The podcast is not doing too hot on Rumble right now. I don't know why. It will not sync, everybody. So, most of Talking with Topher episodes are available now on Rumble. I have run into a hiccup that I just can't seem to fix. So go check out the podcast on Rumble, Spotify. If you want to see episode 151, the original, go to Spotify. Video, audio is all there. I think Spotify is going to be my best friend right now. But you can find the podcast. That's right. TwT is on every platform. All audios, all videos. Go check it out. And the easiest way to get there is by clicking this link tree right here. All right. And now with all that out of the way, I am glad to be back. It has been just chaos. Chaos everywhere, everybody. Work has been crazy. Trying to record episodes is, well, a little bit more difficult than it ever has been. I think my schedule's changing, and I'm just glad to have you all here with me. I am on day 5 of no vaping, pouchy time. So as of today for me is April 18th. And if you don't know what April 18th is to me, it is it was my grandmother's birthday. And it's my phone has been telling me, you ever do that? You program people's birthdays, right? And, well, you don't really remember anymore, right? We don't have to remember birthdays. We don't have to remember phone numbers. We don't have to remember addresses. We don't have to remember much of anything anymore. Our brains can stay empty. And I think they want us to keep our brains empty so that we keep scrolling through their ridiculous feeds that suck up all of our time and just make them money. So you're wasting time and they're making money off of it. So that being said, I totally forgot, and I got a notification the other day, and it was like, Ma's birthday is coming up. Would you like to make plans? It's a rough one to get. It's rough. For anybody out there who's lost somebody, has that ever happened to you? Does it happen to you, right? Programming the birthdays. Now, what do? I can't delete it. I have a voicemail from that I still can't delete. I think I played it on the podcast. I thought this was last year. It was not. It was June 26th of 2021. So we buried her almost 2 years ago. But man, what a wild calendar reminder. I mean, obviously, I knew it was there, but to get the reminder, man, whew, what a trip. What a trip. So, anyways, Debbie Downer here. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's been crazy. Work's doing fine. It's work. It feels like it's just life. Every time you try to get ahead, something happens. Nothing ever goes the way you want it to. Quick little story. So stupid. But I needed to get my car fixed. The guy told me it was the transfer case. Then I go back and I drop off the car. They open it up. And then he calls me. He calls me, right, to let me know that it's not the transfer case. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I didn't tell you it was the transfer case. You told me it was the transfer case. And he's like, well, we got to order the part, da, 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 da. So it ended up being a drive shaft, and I can't get it fixed till tomorrow. But by the time you listen to this, it'll all be fixed, hopefully. But it's just one of those things where you're just like, Jesus Christ, man, is there ever anything that really goes smoothly? And I want to say no. I want to say no. Everything in life is a pain in the ass. Everything you're trying to do is such a pain. And the new thing today, oh, well, we don't have the parts, or we have to wait, or there's back orders, or I'll get to it tomorrow. That's the new way of the world. That's the new way of everything. And it really, really does kind of suck. It really does. Waiting for car parts sucks. Waiting for, any car part, body, interior, exterior, engine. It's just the worst. It's the worst. You're trying to get stuff done around the house, and you're always waiting for something. It's just the way it is now. And I was listening to a podcast link that somebody sent me. I don't remember what it was, but if I do, I'll put it in the description for you, because this is going to be basically a lot of event stuff going on. But the guy was going off about all the stuff that's going on all over the world, all the wars in Sudan, all the stuff, and just wars and this and Taiwan and China, and just going off about a bunch of shit. And I mean, it was good. It was definitely a listenable podcast. But the whole thing is that he was saying how in 6 months we'll have grown 50 years. Doesn't that sound crazy? But the way the technology is moving, right? We always see the technology moving faster, 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 faster. It's so crazy where our technology is today. And is it possible that where our technology is today, that we could potentially move forward 50 years in 6 months? What technology are they not telling us about? What's out there that we don't know of yet? Well, let's take a quick break and we'll get into today's events. Slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. That's slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. You're not sure how to spell it? It's right here at the bottom of the screen, or you can click the link in the description below the video. And now, before you check out, put in TOPHER and save 10% off your entire purchase today. And it's May, it's beautiful out, and it's time to get outside. And it's time for some new clothes too. So go to slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com today. And not only do they have clothing, but they have towels and wallets and pillow covers. And they have leggings, socks, pins, hats, and outdoor gear. That's right. Beach towels, skateboards, and so much more to offer at this amazing, amazing website. These guys kill it. They just did a Timmy B collab where they have all brand new clothing that was collaborated with Timmy B right now. You got to go and check it out. You can, I'm going to put the link in the description below, but you can go and check them out on Instagram at Slowdown Clothing. All right, you can go there. They also have a kids page because they have many kids t-shirts to pick from. And also, all of these t-shirts hold up wash after wash after wash. It's made out of some of the most comfortable cotton I've ever worn. And these products are amazing. So you need to go to slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com today. That's right. Go today to slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. You can get there by clicking the link in the description below the video. And before you check out, put in promo code TOPHER and get an extra 10% off your entire purchase. So go to slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com today and let TWT save you some money. All right, and I'm back. All right. So let's get into today's Topher's topics. Well, my first one today is JUUL. All right, I friggin' love it. I love it. Why do I love this? Because these guys are owned by Philip Morris today. That's right. Big Tobacco runs half of JUUL, I guess you could say. I personally don't believe that. I feel like any company who, I feel like Big Tobacco in general, once they get their paws into it, you're basically a tobacco product. And I will have to say that when JUUL started getting extremely popular and I think New Hampshire Vape Gallery still sells them. They weren't carrying them as much because the demand for them have dropped drastically in most areas ever since they made almost all the most enjoyable pods illegal in the United States. All flavored pods went illegal, so I'm surprised that this company is even surviving. But what I was going to say is that there's a chemical in the JUUL pods, something acid, right? And it's not in any vape juice. It's not in anything else. It's only in JUUL and JUUL pods. So when these things started getting popular, I started really looking into the JUUL. And I realized that this chemical was only in the JUUL pods. And I could see, I could see the 21-year-olds just fiending. And I think at the time we were still serving to 18 and 19-year-olds. And they were just fiends. I mean, they're vaping on pods in like fucking an hour. It's crazy. No good for you. Not healthy. So I got all my friends off of them. And then slowly but surely, as the pods became illegal, we saw more disposables pop up. And now disposables are a thing. They don't have the extra chemical that JUUL has in them. If you're trying to get off of cigarettes, they're definitely the route to go. I still disagree with the high nicotine. But as of right now, JUUL is to pay $462 million to 6 states in its largest settlement ever. Ever. From what I can tell, let's see if they tell us the states. Oh, I get the hiccups now. Sorry. Sometimes the pods give me hiccups. I don't know why. 6 U.S. states, and D.C. is the largest multi-state settlement yet for the troubled company that has been accused of contributing to the rise of vaping amongst the youth. That is because they were using young people to advertise their JUUL. There was a moment in time where there was no age limit on vaping. We do have to remember that as well. So there were lots of people getting into this that shouldn't have been. And then, of course, as time went on and age brackets were implemented, there were plenty of vape shops that I even knew of. And boy, oh boy, did I want to blow the whistle on them so bad, but I never did. But yeah, like Rajas, yeah, Rajas out there, they were selling to minors. I hope that they kept it up, and I hope that they got shut down because of it. You know, if you're not going to follow the fucking rules, then you deserve not to be in business. It's a scummy fucking place anyways. They're everywhere, and they're just a shit company. So of the 6 states, the 3 biggest are Washington, New York, and California. So JUUL's going to pay big money. And now all that money that Big Tobacco invested, I'm pretty sure that $462 million is nothing to them. It's nothing. Remember, our entire world, our entire society is built on keeping us poor and sick. And the more we fight it, the more we push back, the more we strive, the healthier we get, the more we are breaking that system. So get off of cigarettes, get off of high nicotine. I don't care if you vape every day for the rest of your life. Get on a low nicotine and a solid device. Are you going to have to deal with leaking? Are you going to have to deal with recharging batteries and changing coils? Yeah, it's the only fucking way to do it, people. All right? Or do what I'm doing and get yourself on some friggin' synthetic nicotine pouches. These things are amazing. I don't care what brand you use. You can use Rogue. You can use, I use Velo. There's a whole bunch of them out there. The only one I don't care for is Zyn. They're really dry and they're flavorless. But there's no tobacco, only nicotine, right? So therefore, it doesn't cause gum receding. It doesn't cause mouth cancer. And I'm not inhaling anything anymore. So if you can, and I've smoked since I was 9 years old. I vaped for 9 years. And as of right now, I'm 5 days in on no vaping, and I'm ready to kill somebody. But I know that once I get past my first week, which will be, actually, I'll probably be on week 2 or 3 by now, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait to get there. But you just got to do it. This stuff is, I mean, at the end of the day, it's better than cigarettes, but it's not good for you. It's not healthy. All right? It's a great alternative to smoking. And I know I'm supposed to try and be funny and whatever, but this isn't funny. This is serious. Everybody out there needs to know. You need to know that this is not healthy. It's just a good alternative to smoking cigarettes, which are going to kill you. I don't think vaping is going to kill you. I just got sick of I get tired of my habits. I get tired of doing things. And therefore, I need to change. And real quick before I move on to the next one, every time you put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, that's when you get the opportunity to grow. All right? So you need to be able to change yourself and go through a tough struggle in order to have that change happen. And that's the change that I'm on now. It never ends. Trust me when I tell you, I thought I would be happy right where I was. And then my brain told me, nah, I'm not happy. I want to change something. So here I am changing something again. And you know what? After I get through this, I'm probably going to change something else, right? This is what we do to keep growing, to get better, and to get healthier. Because with our health system just trying to keep us sick all the time, it's a losing battle if you play their game. But if we play our game, maybe we won't need them as much. Maybe we can turn this around. So let's see. So I've been talking about how I think everybody is setting their houses on fire. I think 2 years ago I mentioned the housing market and people not being able to pay their mortgages and stuff like that. And it seems like I might be onto something. There's been a lot of house fires lately, a lot of places burning down. not just here in Manchester, but everywhere. And recently, there was a second fire this year at a vacant Epsom home. Sparks arson investigation. So let's check this out.
Breaking news in Epsom this noon, where the investigation into this fire is now an arson case. Officials are asking people to share any information that can help their investigation. They say the fire on Dover Road yesterday afternoon is the second one at that home this year. Wind quickly spread those flames to nearby brush, bringing in extra crews.
We are being very cautious. We're dry, even though we just had coming out of a cold, wet winter. This is our second fire today. We had a fire earlier, a brush fire that was caused by people putting their ashes outside.
The building was empty and no one was hurt.
What do you mean people are putting their ashes outside? What does that even mean? What ashes are you putting outside? What the fuck are you burning in your house that you need to get rid of? Oh. God, I'm so stupid. I guess some people still have a wood-burning stove for heat. So you would need to scoop and dispose of your ashes and in order to make room for more wood. Okay, cool, fine. Yeah, I just figured it out. So, hey, assholes, what the hell? Put them in a metal container. They make metal containers for this. Or how about this? I have a fire pit in my backyard. Why wouldn't you bring the ashes to the fire pit? But see, what I believe is happening is arson. I believe people are losing their fucking shirts on their houses. They're mad and angry that they're going to lose, that benefits have been pulled. COVID-19 fucked everything up for everybody. And instead of losing their house, they're literally burning them to the ground. Now, do I believe that some people are trying to maybe do a little insurance fraud? I do. Yeah, I mean, come on. You've lost your shirt. You lost your job. You can't pay for anything. You're losing your house. You set it afire and hope for that insurance check. Just like everything else today, you can't do this shit anymore. They're gonna figure it out. They've gotten really good at figuring out what set a fire. Just like anything that you try to do today, you're probably gonna get caught. Why? Because so many people have done it and gotten away with it that now the investigators are looking for these clues. So it's much harder to find this shit now. I mean, to hide this shit now. It's crazy to me. But here is drone footage. Drone video shows what remains of $1 million Massachusetts home that burned down in a fire on the 15th. This is crazy. Now, I don't think that this one's arson, but I mean, look at this. The only thing left of this house is that chimney. Is that not insane? And when they come around to the other side, that fireplace is sick. It's so sick. But I'm very curious to find out what caused this mansion to burn to the ground. Look at it. It's a dual fucking fireplace. It's crazy. But again, another house burned to the ground. It's just happening over and over and over again. Just like train derailments with toxic chemicals, just like all these wars abrupt. Everything is happening so rapidly today. It's crazy to me. Let's see. DOJ accuses China of using a police station to spy on harass dissidents in the U.S. Now, I was talking to somebody and about a month and a half ago about this. They actually showed the police station that was hiding in New York And it was called disinformation. Fake news. Well, guess what? Now, it's fucking real. You know what that tells me? There's no such thing as conspiracy theories. It's just getting to the truth. And they want to have their narrative always. And they will call it disinformation until they fucking can't.
I'm Breon Peace, the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York. Today, we are announcing 3 impactful cases from my office in our nation's fight against the People's Republic of China's transnational repression activities. The first 2 criminal complaints that I am announcing shed further light on the extent of the PRC government's efforts to project its authoritarian worldview on the residents of this city and this country. The 2 complaints charge more than 30 officers with China's national police force, which is called the Ministry of Public Security, or the MPS, and 2 New York City residents with violations of U.S. law. Unlike typical officers, the MPS officers who have been charged today are not focused on preventing crime. Rather, the complaints charge these MPS officers with engaging in transnational repression schemes targeting members of the Chinese diaspora community in New York City and elsewhere in the United States. And as shown in these complaints, the MPS has repeatedly and flagrantly violated our nation's sovereignty, including by opening and operating a police station in the middle of New York City. Here's what we know happened inside the secret police station in Lower Manhattan. At the very least,
How are these people capable of doing this?
station was providing some government services.
What the fuck?
Like helping Chinese citizens renew their Chinese driver's licenses. But to do even that, the law requires that individuals like the defendants who act as agents of a foreign government give prior notice to the Attorney General before setting up shop in New York City. That didn't happen. More troubling, though, is the fact that the secret police station appears to have had a more sinister use. On at least one occasion, an official with the Chinese National Police directed one of the defendants, a U.S. citizen who worked at the secret police station, to help locate a pro-democracy activist of Chinese descent living in California. In other words, the Chinese National Police appear to have been using the station to track a U.S. resident on U.S. soil. The 2 defendants whose arrests we're announcing today destroyed evidence of their communications with the Chinese National Police when they learned of the FBI's investigation. These 2 defendants knew they had something to hide, and they obstructed justice in an attempt to prevent the FBI from learning the full extent of what they were up to.
Absolutely unbelievable. Hiding in plain sight. Just like the bad guy always does. I just want to throw it out there. I think I figured out the echo I had going on. I hope I fixed it. I know that a couple weeks ago, most of my videos had an echo. I didn't realize I had multiple volumes up. So hopefully that fixed it. If not, you can't hear a thing right now, and all of this was for nothing. So this is absolutely unbelievable. But again, when everybody was talking about this police station that China had put in New York, it was considered disinformation. And today, oh, it's real. This is why I say question everything. Absolutely everything. Question it. Why? Because it could be true. And most of the time, it is. And most of the time, it is. Now, also sticking with China, which is just insane to me, the stuff that they're doing. For some reason, China is making a sun. They made an artificial sun. What? China's artificial sun has achieved a new milestone in fusion energy. The process of nuclear fusion creates energy in the same way as the sun. Okay. I'm going to cave a little bit here and definitely start to feel like the world is going to end, because we are going to end up making something that we're not going to know how to control it, how to shut it off, or how to even use it. You're making the sun. The sun belongs where it is. And now they're making an energy that has as much power as the sun. What if that malfunctions? What happens? Do they even know what to do when it malfunctions? Hell, we can't even keep a nuclear power plant safe when it starts malfunctioning. For some reason, there's never enough water. How is that possible when you build them on top of the ocean? How is it possible? Nuclear power plants fail. They don't fail a lot, but they fail. And when they fail, it's disaster. And now, you're going to go ahead and make a sun? I don't think China should be making anything right now. I don't know. I think that they might be gone too far into the deep end with this. And it could be disastrous for us all. And all because we're trying to solve the world's energy problems. And I know I keep saying we, and I mean they. But we're doing it here too. We're doing nuclear fusion. We're doing all kinds of shit, right? Trying to make better, cleaner energy. What happens if something goes sideways, like a nuclear power plant? What happens? Do we have a way to turn it off? Do we have a way to cool it down? Do we have a way to maintain this energy that we are basically in the infancy of? That's what frightens me the most. If it works and it's great and it's safer and they know how to turn it off, great. But what if shit goes sideways? Man, could you imagine that? The amount of energy that they're going to make is basically the energy of the sun. And that stuff starts malfunctioning. Whatever it is, I don't even know how they're doing it. I have no idea how they're doing this. But what if it malfunctions and it's 3, 4, 20 times stronger than a nuclear bomb? We won't have to worry about that super volcano in the middle of the United States exploding. We won't have to worry about nuclear war. Because if that thing becomes unstable, I have this feeling in my gut that it won't matter. China, Asia, probably won't even exist after that thing blows up. And the rest of the world, well, that fallout is going to be something. So sometimes I wonder if maybe we're better off right where we are and to slow down on changing too much too quickly. You know? And maybe that guy was right. Maybe we could see 50 years of advancement in 6 months. Well, all right then, has some happy news. New Hampshire's House has approved marijuana legalization. Yes. For the second time, by mind you. And now they are going to be sending it to the Senate. But everybody thinks that it's not going to pass, and that's fine. That's fine. You can have your doubt. You can feel a particular way because this has happened multiple times now. I believe the opposite. I think we've got a fighting chance with Sununu running for president. I don't know if I'm going to vote for him. I don't know who I'm voting for. I'll worry about that when the time comes. It's not until November of 2024. Our new president won't even be taking a chair until January, 16th or something, 2025. So that's fine. I'll worry about that bridge when we need to cross it. And we can, it is not going to be a small mom and pop organization like Maine. It's not going to be the giant industrial distribution like in Massachusetts. It will be distributed through our New Hampshire state liquor stores. I'm fine with all of that. Just legalize, you motherfuckers. Legalize the damn shit already. What are we doing? What is this, 2011, 2015, 2017? What is this? But a bunch of bullshit. All right? So I think, personally, that we have a fighting chance to see marijuana legalized in New Hampshire in the near future. Whether or not this bill is going to pass the Senate, we'll soon hopefully find out. Hopefully, we've already gotten the good news by now. I'm not holding my breath, right? Because for some weird reason, New Hampshire doesn't want to legalize, even though every state surrounding us is legalized. Every state legalized around us. Now, also, I think I've mentioned this before, every state around us who has legalized marijuana has banned all vaping flavors. So, is that something that just comes with the legalization of marijuana? Or do they legalize marijuana and put it into the bill that all vape flavors are now illegal? I don't know. I hope that they legalize, leave the vape industry alone, and we all move on with our day. But I have a weird feeling that, we all tend to follow suit, just like that banning of TikTok is not the banning of TikTok. It's actually making VPNs illegal. It's allowing the government into everything that you're doing, and it's going to make their digital currency stronger by, who knows, maybe you post something they don't like, and now all of a sudden they're like, hey, you can't drive your car because now you have an electric car. It starts because of your phone, da-da-da-da-da. It's all connected. Now we can stop you from making purchases. We can stop you from driving. And it's all because we didn't like your post and you're spreading disinformation or misinformation. All of that could be tied together. So because of that, I'm against the TikTok ban. But is it possible to finally have marijuana legal in New Hampshire? I hope so. This one I thought was very interesting because I have never heard of anything like this. Fake ink. Sham tattoo studio on South Shore is scamming people out of money. What? What do you mean fake ink? Quincy, Mass. Police are warning the public to be aware of a fake tattoo studio on South Shore that has scammed at least a dozen people out of their money. In recent days, victims have forwarded Cash App payments to KTD underscore TATTOO underscore STUDIO on Instagram and TikTok for tattoo services at 514 South Street in Quincy. but they have been ripped off without receiving any tattoo work, according to the Quincy police. Oh, okay. So they're paying for these tattoos before they even get them? What are you, fucking retarded? Let me continue reading. The studio seems to be a scam, and the tattoo company does not exist. We already have a dozen people who were scammed by this page, the department warned. Oh, and this is what the page looks like. This is his TikTok. That's the TikTok page right there. Police also urge the public to refrain from sharing money or personal information with strangers online or over the phone. No fucking shit, people. Come on. It's 2023. What's wrong with you? An investigation into KTD Tattoo Studio remains ongoing. Okay, so at first I thought this meant they were taking, damn, do they even make it anymore? Invisible ink? I thought they were putting invisible ink into the tattoo gun, tattooing somebody. Oh man, that looks great. And then a day or two later, it vanishes. Obviously, I put way too much thought into this because, yeah, obviously that didn't happen. I wish it did, though. Damn it. I really got let down by this one. So it's just a bunch of fucking retarded people giving somebody money for what? Making the appointment? Hey, everybody, you know how to make a tattoo appointment? You make a tattoo appointment. And when you show up, you have the appointment, and then after the tattoo's done, that's when you pay. Not any other time. There's been nobody I have ever talked to that gets a tattoo that puts money down before a tattoo or pays in full before they tat you up. Never happened in my life. I've never heard of this ever happening, and I can't believe people were getting scammed unless you were under the age of 18 and you were like, I'm going to get one over on my parents. This guy's going to tattoo me. Damn, dude. Damn. I'm telling you right now, everybody out there, you've got to be smarter. Everything's a fucking scam. Look at everything as a scam. Look at everything as being fake today. With this new AI shit coming out, I'm telling you right now, we got version 4 of ChatGPT. When we get to version 10, we're not going to know what the fuck reality is. Now, mind you, the guy that made it originally said he doesn't know, and there's no sign of 5 right now. That's fucking bullshit too. It's all bullshit. They're just telling you shit to make you feel better because everybody's freaking out. Well, guess what? You should be freaked out because this shit's crazy today. Everything's fake. Everything's a scam until it's not. I understand we're always supposed to think of it differently, right? You're not guilty. You're innocent until proven guilty. In today's world, that is still okay to use in court. All right? I believe anybody who has been accused of anything, let's see where the pieces fall. Let's prove ourselves innocent. Nobody should get smeared in the paper or talked about until they've had a chance to prove themselves and the judge says you're guilty. Now, even those people, for the most part, turn out to be innocent. So as you can see, even in the court system, you can be innocent and then found guilty, and then 20 years later, you're found innocent. Everything's fake. Everything's a scam. Look into it. Question it. Don't give out information ever online. But if you want to get more involved with Talking with Topher, make sure you send an email, all right? I'm not a bot. I'm not stealing your information. But if you got a story to tell, I'd love to hear it. Let's see. What's next? I got to kind of run through these. I'm running out of time. So in Manchester, and this is New Hampshire and Mass. These catalytic converters. Holy shit. Wait till you hear this. The federal charges face crew accused of at least 470 catalytic converter thefts in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. 470. Absolutely insane. And I do believe one of the vehicles that were most commonly having their catalytic converters taken out were like the CRV. I think it was Honda Civic, and there was something else. So I went out and got my wife a cage for hers. Just can't take any chances today. You gotta always prepare for the worst and hope for the best. I never prepare for the best. You know what I mean? And keep my fingers crossed nothing bad happens. Fuck that. But here you go.
6 stolen in just one night here in Woburn. This truck alone hit several times. There were 26 stolen in just one night here in Woburn. This truck alone hit several times.
One truck was hit, had 4 in total taken.
DMSE Sports in Woburn, a victim of what authorities describe as an organized crime ring, stealing catalytic converters from vehicles across Massachusetts.
We ended up getting cages on both catalytic converters. And within, I'd say, a month after that, we were hit again.
Restore Pro across the
Wow.
street also victimized.
It was a nuisance because, they were tied up. We couldn't use the vehicles for, like a couple weeks.
The repair bills around
Yeah, 'cause you can't get 'em.
$5,000. But tonight, the FBI, alongside state police, arresting 7 men, accusing them of
7.
stealing 470 catalytic converters just over the past year. 50 of them here in Woburn.
And like a NASCAR pit crew, these videos depict the skill and speed with which these individuals could jack up a vehicle and cut the catalytic converter out.
Federal prosecutors say Rafael Davila was the ringleader. His car captured on surveillance video across the state. Today, police seized his car, his trunk filled with evidence. Each catalytic converter worth thousands in precious metals. Business owners who had their work trucks victimized glad the suspects are behind bars.
Being able to knowingly go into work and say, you know what, we're probably going to have a good day today is an amazing feeling.
Wow.
Now back here live, you can see these business owners, they secured this catalytic converter right there a little bit better. It's surrounded in wire. It's also painted yellow to help make it lesser value on the black market. Now the business owners also across the street, they installed security cameras and put up signs to help deter any other thieves looking for catalytic converters.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane that these people are just... Fuck, man. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. 7 of them. Like a freaking pit crew. Woo! With stealing catalytic converters. I do have to say they hold up in value. I bought one for like 189, 149, something like that. And I ended up trading it in. And I had to get it replaced again. And then I scrapped mine, and I got like $252 for it. So, I mean, I get it, but you got caught with like a truck full of them. Dude, that's some hard time. That's some hard time. You figure if each one of those, let's just go for fun, is $200. They have 470 of them. Man, all of them are doing some time. They're all doing some time. Never mind the fact that you can't get parts today. Shit, you freaking assholes. All right, so this one's fun. Moose captured on camera trotting through west side of Manchester. I was like, what? This is hilarious, dude. Oh, my God.
Well, the Manchester Police Department has an unusual assignment this morning.
There they go.
There's a moose on the loose in the city.
There it is.
Nikki shared this video on our local page. Of a police
Chasing him.
cruiser chasing a moose near her home.
Oh,
you can see it in
Jesus.
the top
It's
left
the only
corner
video.
there. We've also received some calls this morning from other people who spotted the moose. It is not clear if the officers were able to herd that moose back into the woods just yet or not. Hope everything works out. It would be thrilling to see it.
What? A moose running through Manchester. That's not a good thing. And how are you gonna, you gotta have a lot of people to corral a moose. You really do. Have you ever come close to a moose? I know I haven't. I've seen pictures of people next to moose, and they are giant. Their head is taller than our vehicles. So you're not just corralling that thing with a car. It's going to keep running because it's afraid of the car. And, I mean, is it going to run into something and, like, bash through it? Or did they get it back into the woods? And, I mean, where is it going? Where did it come from? I mean, I know there's moose all around. We do have signs over by the highway and some back roads, you know, caution moose. I get it. I know that they're, you know, out there. But around here, I guess it would be the trails and the hiking trails, the bike trails. I mean, there's not wooded area in Manchester. It's just that you don't think of a moose running around loose in Manchester. You just don't. Friggin' neat. What? Ah, crazy moose. And this one I really enjoyed. I thought it was very cool. And hopefully the picture clears up. Okay, it does look better. Do you know how deep our ocean is? Because this video here shows you exactly how deep it is. Now you can look at the Twitter feed yourself. I'll put all links are in the video description below. So it is cool how they break down how deep our ocean is, and you just got to watch it. Okay, so here's the ocean. We're going deeper. Sea of Azov Maximum, Lake Victoria, Yellow Sea, Persian Gulf, Baltic Sea. You can see the whale up there. Then you get the Persian Gulf. Lake Victoria is 81. Persian Gulf is 90. Then there's the outputs. You got the Statue of Liberty, the RMS Louisiana, North Sea's 95, Lake Superior, Yellow Sea, Caspian Sea, the Seacon Tunnel is that deep. U.S. George Washington's 200 Eiffel Tower is 324 meters. You got Metaball Studios. I don't know what that means. Oh, maybe that's the place that we're listening to. The Porous Ordo platform is 565. Hold on. North Sea 700. Then you got a Typhoon class submarine. Lake Baki. The Burik Kafala Tower is 829. Caspian Sea. Anamid Sea. Argentinian Sea. Arctic Ocean. Black Sea. Mediterranean Sea. There's a submarine cable. Lake Baca, Labrador Sea, Norwegian Sea, Caribbean Sea, Black Sea. It's so crazy. Oil platform. Look at that. 2,400 meters. You got the bay, you got the Red Sea, which is 3,040. Southern Ocean. Atlantic Ocean is 3,646. Indian Ocean is 3,741. Norwegian Sea is 3,970. Anamid Sea. The Pacific Ocean is 4,280. Bay of Bengal, 4,694 meters. Mediterranean Sea, 5,267. Arctic Ocean, 5,607. USS Johnson shipwreck, 6,500 meters. Southern Ocean, Indian Ocean, Caribbean Sea, 7,686. Atlantic Ocean, 8,376. Mount Everest is 8,848. Coral Sea's 9,140 meters. Trisitale, first crew vessel to reach, was 10,911 meters. And the Pacific Ocean was 11,000 meters. 11,000 meters. I thought that was friggin' phenomenal. I love the video. I love watch it. It's so cool. I was literally mesmerized by it. And it was just so cool to see how deep the ocean was, to have them show like, towers and statues and submarine finds to kind of give you a really good idea of how deep our ocean is. But the Atlantic Ocean was the deepest at 11,000 meters. Isn't that just mind-blowing? Now, I don't know what that is in miles. I guess I could look it up. So, if you remember correctly, I said that we would have to imagine if the ice melts and everything happens and we flood. Supposedly, I would have to imagine 3 miles of water on top of my house. 11,000 meters is 6.835 miles. It's double what I would have to imagine over my house if the rest of the ice melted and flooded us and drowned us out. That's crazy. It's wild to think about. So cool. Like I said, the ocean is something that we definitely need to dig into more. I know outer space is fun. I know all this stuff is great, but our oceans are definitely something we don't know. I feel like we're maybe 50-50 on ocean and space. But I feel like we put a lot more energy into going into space than we do to looking into our oceans right here on our own planet. But holy shit, huh? 11,000 meters, man. Almost 7 miles down. Whew. It's crazy. Crazy to think about. Would not want to be down there. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast, Topher's Topics. I greatly appreciate all of you. Thank you again for subscribing, watching, all that you do. Keep sharing, re-rating, give thumbs up, all that stuff. It really does help the podcast grow. So thank you to all of you out there. Thank you to all of you out there. If you're new to the podcast, remember to subscribe, all right? Click that subscribe button. It's the most important thing you can do for me. It's what keeps me coming back here week after week. So subscribe. And then, of course, if you want to get more involved with the podcast, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com, okay? talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. Send your story. I'm looking forward to it. And then, of course, Talking with Topher is everywhere. You can find it easily right here. Linktree link. Go and click the Linktree link for everything TwT. Go subscribe, go follow. It's in the description below the video. Click the link to get access to everything TwT. I hope everybody out there has an amazing Thursday. Enjoy your weekend. And as always, I will talk to you later.